Hello, today we are talking about The Ghost of Mercy Manor. So, this is another YA novel. This focuses on a young girl who her parents died, and then her aunt took custody of her, and then tragically her aunt dies, and her brother can't or won't take her in, so she ends up moving in with a foster family. And after like one or two nights, she sees a ghost and realizes that there is a little more to the house and her foster mom. Like, there's a backstory that is hidden. I thought this book was written really well. Yes, it is a young adult novel, but it was fun to read. There was a part where the foster mom is really trying to include her and make her feel loved. I cried at that. It was really sweet. I like this because the ghost shows up pretty quick, and it's easy to just get into the story and keep going until you figure out what happened. I feel like the ending is a good conclusion. Everything works out in the end, and she's able to really find her own place within her foster family, and they want her to be there forever, involved in their forever family. Overall, I feel like this was a sweet book. I think this is a fun one. I feel like it's, typical fun story. I think the only thing I didn't like is I always have so many questions. And so her brother, he's a little bit older than her. He doesn't want to take her in because he just got married 6 months ago and they're renovating. And that's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. So he just drops her off with a stranger. It's horrible. Brother doesn't want to take her because of those reasons. And then you find out the aunt left him her house in her will. And he, rather than bringing his wife and moving into the house that his sister grew up in, is familiar with, he decides, no, I'm going to sell the house. Probably he's going to take all the proceeds from the house. I doubt he's going to give her any. I don't think he's putting any aside for her future, which is very frustrating. I wish they would have just touched on that somehow. I know it doesn't matter, it's not prevalent, but as a mom, I cannot imagine not trying to kind of help set up my children, or just anyone that I had responsibility of. Wild to me that you wouldn't take her in. And I hate that her resolution with her brother is she's more happy with her foster family, and it did end up being a good fit. In the sense that, why did the brother need to be there? Why couldn't it have just been her parents died, her aunt took her in, and then tragically her aunt died, so she didn't have anyone? I think that would have been better, because, oh my God, when you read about, and her brother's not even a big part of it, he's just in it for a little bit, but when you read about the brother, I'm like, I freaking hate this fool. You can't just take your sister in? What are you doing? So it was just very frustrating. But another trope that I don't like, that I have seen in a lot of these young adult novels about ghosts, is they do this whole dad is a manly man. Even when dad's not super traditionally manly, dad very much cares about the boys doing certain specific things. And anytime they're trying to figure out what their own likes are or who they are as their own person, dad doesn't like it. And it's so frustrating. These books are written very stereotypical. If you're a boy, you don't have to do a bunch of cooking and cleaning. You do chores, but they're all outside chores. And like you're supposed to be in sports or like something, and so if you're into like not physical activities, the dads are annoyed with you and it's bothersome. But then the girls, it doesn't matter what they're doing because they're just girls. It's so frustrating. I hate this trope. And so that's like the main thing that really bothered me. But I loved the characters for the most part. The dad was a little annoying and the brother is super annoying, like the older brother to the main character. But her foster brother, super sweet. I loved his character. I loved her foster sister and I loved the foster mom. Like, they were all great. I will say it was really sad learning the ghost backstory, and just it comes into play with the main character, but it's just sad. It's so sad to think about. So this book did make me cry like twice because I'm a big crybaby and I'm a softie. If you are wanting something like very not scary, or you're looking for something for your kid that's kind of scary but it's not too crazy, I think this is a great one.